How many chances is enough chances? When are you going to be fed up? He has hurt you over and over again, but you keep giving him second chances. First impressions matter, and so does second chances. They can only happen just once. So why do you keep giving second chances to someone over and over again? Their first impression should have been sign enough. When will you give yourself a second chance? When will you give yourself a chance to be happy? When will you love yourself as you love him? When will you realize that you, much as he, deserve unconditional love? When will his tenure of bringing sadness into your life end? When will you say enough? Nobody is worth more than you are. You keep giving and never receiving. He will drain you to minus. That you are here, watching this video right now, is an indication on the clock that his time in your life is up and you need to move on from him. It would not be easy because he will always come back. Over time, he has gotten used to the fact that no matter what he does, you will let him back in, and so he has taken you for granted. He hurts you, lies to you, breaks his promises at will, and all these because he knows you will give him another chance. Girl, your heart is not a ping pong to be tossed about. You deserve someone who will be intentional about you. Someone who doesn't need second chances because he will use the first one you give him judiciously. You have to understand that people can't drive you crazy unless you give them the keys. He can't take you for granted unless you agree to go on the ride with him. It is time for you to be happy. Time for you to take the keys to your heart and life from him. Don't be blinded by your love for him. Love is really not blind. Love has eyes that can see when it is being taken for granted. Love has ears that can hear the clock ticking, and love has legs that can walk away from where it is not wanted. God did not create you as a footmat to be trampled upon, but as the light of the world, Matthew 5:14, to shine, to be happy and bring light and happiness to those around you. Do not allow somebody out there who does not know your worth snuff out your light. God did not call you to be an object of wrath or low living. You were not made to be shattered but cherished. Knowing what you are not and what you are not made for should propel you to want to live up to what you are and what you were made for. You are a daughter of God, strings to his guitar, shine of his crown, his treasured possession. Deuteronomy 7:6, ornaments to his palace. You are the apple of God's eye. There is so much more to you than you are allowing people treat you as. God made you to give and experience his kind of love here on earth. Do not settle for less by letting the man who treats you as less than deserving of God's love come back into your life. You deserve to be happy. Not let anyone or any circumstance tell you otherwise. You also can have a happy relationship that does not have to come as an end product of pain. Love is not pain. God is love, and he designed you to receive that kind of love. Anything short of that is an anomaly. Happiness, they say, is free. You do not have to pay for it. If his stay in your life is something you have to pay dearly for, then you shouldn't let him come back in. His stay in your life is costing you your happiness, and that is too expensive. The first time he walked out of your life should have been the last time. But you may have let him into your heart again after a few words of apologies and some tears. You, however, do not have to let him walk in and out of your life as he wills. The problem is that when he leaves, you leave the door open, and he knows he can come back whenever. Your life is not a passageway that people can just walk to and fro as they deem fit. No, your life should be compact. Your life is a temple, God's temple. Treat yourself as such, and others will learn from you how to treat you. Stop postponing your happiness. He isn't bringing you happiness now, he wouldn't bring it later. Your time of happiness is now, dear. Don't let him back into your life with hopes that along the line things will get better. If it hasn't gotten better by now, it could be a sign that it never will. Read the signs and don't let him back into your life anymore. It is time to choose yourself for once. You have always put him first, you have sacrificed, suffered in silence, and giving so much up. Even the Bible says, "Weeping may endure for the night, but joy always comes in the morning." Proverbs 30:5. Don't you think it's time for your morning in regards to your love life? Hasn't the night lasted long enough? Let him go from your life. Release him from your heart. He and all the negativity and sadness he brings. Taking him back over and over again is just you giving yourself to a toxic cycle of breakups which will always affect you emotionally and even physically. Recognize this time and make the best use of it. There is an opening now for you to let him go and not take him back. Don't waste this opportunity because of fear. Fear that you may never find somebody else to be with, or fear that you are not good enough. All these fears are mirages. It is just the toxic situation he has put you in that makes you have those fears. But as with most fears, they are lies. You will find somebody else who will love you purely and truly. You are good enough for the right person. Choose to be happy today, and let that choice cause you to shut the door to everyone that wants to deprive you of true happiness. Happiness is free. Get as much as you